on my channel. You know why? Because I'm not
Yo, what's the word? My beautiful people, what's going on? Alright, so lyrical ride. Once again, here we are. And
And then go out there and give an opinion on it. That's a lot for
I'm back
somebody who
again.
likes to make commentary videos.
And y'all already
Play
know we back
basketball and talk about
for
basketball. And
some
like Star Wars, it's honestly too much.
Elden
It's a
Ring.
standard that not a lot of people even hold
I didn't like how we ended that last one.
right.
It was
It
it was to
Oh
say the
shoot! I
least
didn't make my
pretty
schedule.
garbage. It was a pretty garbage
Damn
move.
it!
But I ain't gonna do that again. Y'all must forgot who this was. Don't worry. We about to run
I
it
can't
back.
remember where it was. I
We
think
about
it's
to
up
run it
here
back
somewhere.
strong. Real strong. So sit back. Let's get this together.
Hello, sister.
And let's tackle this game. Now I did get to a part where I wanna, I waited till I hopped on back with y'all. So y'all can see.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm
That's what
supposed
we
to
doing.
go.
I
We going
tried to
straight
get
back
my
into the
schedule,
theme. Hope y'all ready.
but nobody picked up the
Let's do
hours,
it.
so it reflects on my metrics if I cancel a bunch of time and nobody picked it up.
Let me see. Angel Lake. Sacrifice.
Alright, y'all.
I get it if y'all think the states have been neglecting you, but with this new program, there's clear evidence why.
I can't figure out where the frick I was at.
To help us combat the
St.
rise of
Bridge.
crime. Thanks to the
I was
recently
gonna ask if
passed
you guys had any
Inflation
space for
Reduction
Raymond
Act to help
Writing.
all of us that can use a handwriting aid. With the state putting the migrants before us by providing
I
them
found it, Joe.
hotels, shelters, increasing
Oh,
our
okay.
and our expense, I can see why we feel
It's
like
over.
the
It's
states
over. We
are
go.
leaving us
It's over. It's
I
over.
can remember
We
where
Oh,
it
go.
was. I
yeah.
think it's
When do
up
y'all
here.
do it tomorrow?
and all of us can claim this. And when I said all of us, I mean literally every single one of us can claim this bad boy. So make your move now. Since this is a free movie promoter statement, not a loan,
Alright,
that
y'all. Y'all
means there
ready?
is absolutely no payback on anything you spend. And that also means you're good for this
It
card,
started, y'all.
even
I'm trying to
if you
figure out
are
where I
broke
was
or
supposed to
a
go.
Here we
jobless.
go.
Y'all remember how much the stimmy check hurt that, right?
But
Well,
nobody
this
picked
is just like that, but better because it comes
Okay.
with way more cash. You got to
Okay.
snag this now so you don't miss out. The states aren't passing these cards out automatically this time though. Y'all
Angel
gonna
Lake.
claim this on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own
So what?
because
What's
we
up?
want to make sure the cards go to those who need it the most.
Why you look
Cards
like
isn't
you
about just
a rotten pumpkin that they just took out the patch?
Alright, alright, alright.
Alright. I see you.
I
I see
can
you.
Figure
figure.
out where the freak I
Now
was
tomorrow I am trying to adjust
at.
it.
St. Bridge.
I
Hopefully
see you. I see
somebody
you,
will
my
pick
boy.
it up.
$5,800 completely worry-free. It's real easy to claim
You
too.
think it's
It's
gonna be
only
you?
gonna take like 3 minutes and you can do this in the comfort of your own home.
I
No
found it, y'all.
paperwork needed whatsoever.
Yeah, I
Buddy, I
did
don't know
call
why you
her.
think you
She
finna be
didn't
able
answer
to
though.
Anyone can
match
claim
with
this.
me.
I
Go
just
ahead
told
and
you you can claim mine even
find a
though I'm
place for
already
you to
on
be.
it now, and it's really helping me out with my expenses.
Oh, okay.
Because
Alright. I
readers
see you
really
serious.
help
You
with me
serious.
with this card. I'm gonna
You
tell
got it.
y'all
You got it.
exactly how to claim it. So make sure y'all do your thing while it's still fresh in your mind.
Oh,
This is the quickest way
Alright,
to
y'all.
claim
Y'all
my
ready?
mine. I
gosh.
did it and it only took 3 minutes out my day. Just click the link that I dropped below for you
Okay, I'm
guys.
about to call her
That'll
back.
take
Oh,
y'all to
here we
the
go.
state website. Knock out two
Alright.
easy yes or
I
no
will talk
questions
to you
and
later.
ring a rep. The rep will answer any questions y'all might have and approve y'all right away. The card will get overnighted to you to make sure everything you
Oh.
do is speedy.
Goodbye.
Once you get this card at your doorstep, you're
Yeah, I am. So what? What's up?
$5,800 richer. The clock is ticking, y'all. This
Why you look
program
like
ain't
you
gonna last
a rotten
forever.
pumpkin
And
that they
once
just
it's
took out the
gone,
patch?
who knows if it'll ever come back. So claim this
Alright. I see you. I see you.
$5,800 spending card that never expires.
Oh, alright. Back
Anybody
up.
can claim this and it'll really help with your financials. Don't
I
snooze
see
on
you. I
this.
see you,
Click
my
the
boy.
link and secure your card now.
Oh, where's my healing?
Do you think it's
Oh.
gonna be you?
Alright, y'all. Don't even worry about it.
Buddy, I don't know why you think you finna be able
Oh!
to match with me. Go ahead and Find a place for you to be.
Celebrating the good is important. It's also important.
Oh, okay. All right. I see you serious. You
All
serious.
right, y'all.
You got it. You got it.
Type of Falcon you can get on Game Ranks. 10 of gaming.
Oh, come on, come on, come
Oh,
on.
Starting off at number 10,
My
I think we're going to
gosh.
touch on something that's going to hit home for a lot of people here. I mean, the gradual decline
Oh!
of Xbox brand. In the mid-2000s, Xbox was high. The Xbox 360 was easily outselling the PlayStation 3. They had a whole slate of quality.
I just like to say
They basically
how close
kickstarted
we
the
freaking
entire
got.
indie game boom with their summer arcade.
Don't worry about it.
Third-party games.
Oh,
We're using the
goodbye.
best ones on the console.
We finna run it back.
Major issues like the Red Ring of Death, which by the way cost Microsoft $1.15 billion
Alright.
to fix. They were riding a high.
Call 'em
Part of
again.
it was that even with that major screw up, they did the right thing and fixed everybody's consoles for free. Unlike what Intel is doing with those 13 and 14
Oh, alright, back up.
They kept players really invested with a solid slate of games, and they successfully sold the viability.
Oh, where's my healing?
Now,
Oh.
keep in mind, I'm not exactly somebody who loves
Alright, y'all, don't worry about it.
per se, but in this case, what I'm saying is that for a gamer, it made sense
Oh.
to trust the Xbox, and then they announced Xbox One. The E3 2013 Xbox Showcase was nothing short of an absolute disaster, but while it's easy to point to it and say that's where the
Alright,
Xbox brand went wrong, the rot actually had already begun to settle in. I mean, they were making some pretty bad
Oh,
savings
come on, come on,
leading
come
up to
on.
the next console. Remember Kinect? That thing was bar none the worst motion controller of that generation. Yeah, the PlayStation thing was just a copycat, but
Oh.
it worked. And like, you were right, guys. It didn't need to be the Nintendo Wii. It's not like
Alright.
they made a specific.
I know I had to lock in, y'all. I had to lock in. I couldn't even.
And if
I
you
just
had
like to say
really well,
how
and
close
you weren't
we
going to
freaking
edge
got.
in on that market. I'm sorry. So what the
don't
Kinect
worry about
thing did was
Don't worry
basically
about
hurt the system
They're
for
finna run
everybody,
it back.
particularly with hardcore fans. And the loss of that small audience, yeah, it wasn't really
Alright.
what hurt the Xbox in the long
Call
term.
'em
But
again.
it was evidence that there was poor business planning going on. The confusing console names, the lack of a killer app, the dearth of marketing. The decline of Xbox didn't come from just one. It was
Oh.
like a death from a thousand cuts.
Oh.
Even now, with Game Pass as a fantastic
Oh.
value for customers, Xbox has not been able to get back to what it used to be. And I'm very serious about how good Game Pass is. I love it. I use Game Pass on PC and on Xbox. It doesn't matter. There just isn't something that makes it more than everything else. Halo
Oh,
and Gears
okay.
lost their
Back up.
record.
Back
Gears
up.
for a lot of reasons.
Ooh.
Quality, being
Catch 'em.
And while Gears is always good, it's a reliably great game. You get a new Gears, it's probably gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. It's just, I mean, at its
Come
core,
on.
it's the same game, and that's great, but it's not exciting. Now, it's obvious what.
Oh, come on, nah.
Customer, but for
Alright.
Microsoft,
I know I had to lock in, yo. I had to lock in. I couldn't even.
They're closing studios for games that they were praising less than a year ago. It's only
Yeah.
yes. So bad that people are actually legitimately, with factual basis, speculating that Microsoft might exit the console business entirely and just shift.
Yes, you
focus
will.
to the Game Pass model exclusively. Maybe they'll keep making Xboxes, just branded PCs similar to Steam machines. Maybe none of this will happen, and maybe they'll keep.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
I don't know. It's all just speculation.
Oh.
The thing is, Microsoft isn't
Oh.
going away. They're the ultimate example of being too big to fail. But the Xbox division
I don't think you're right.
beyond- it's
Clearly, you just got
topic block
the
and,
Dusty
in
if I'm not
lines with
mistaken.
some reductions.
So I don't think I'm gonna listen to somebody who just got a completist, deletist.
It's
But I will use the rooms you just gave me. Thank you very much. I think I will use that.
Oh. Okay. Back up. Back up.
I'm thinking.
Ooh. Catch him.
And yeah, I know I got another set.
Come on.
Okay, I only got one of these.
Oh, come on, nah.
Alright, let's go ahead, rest, level up. What y'all think I should put it into?
Yeah.
Thinking some more endurance, because I want to carry some more weapons. And what I got right now is just not. But then also the dexterity is kind of low. Alright, let's do dexterity. Let's do
Endurance.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
And maybe one more in vigor.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Vigor is such a weird word. Vigor.
Once I find one, all I do is click buy it now.
Increase
I
like
don't
vigor.
think you're right.
There are so many different
Clearly, you just got the. That's.
jewelry, sneakers, sport
I
cards,
don't think I'm gonna listen to somebody who just got a.
If I'm not mistaken, going straight through the front gate
But I
is
will
a terrible
use
idea.
like ones you just gave me.
Because the dude that's in
in
there is gonna backstab me if I'm not mistaken.
I'm
So it's better to just kill him now.
And we're already seeing signs of it with the whole "you don't need an Xbox" initiative. It's almost like they're intentionally trying to de-emphasize the Xbox brand to set people's expectations for their eventual end of Xbox as we know it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Xbox's future as a brand isn't really looking great currently, but that could change. They've changed in the past, and they could change in the future, so it's still anything. I hate to see Microsoft just give up on Xbox. Competition
What y'all think I should put it
stronger,
into?
and losing
I'm
one
thinking some more endurance because I want to carry some weapons. What I got right now is just
and I do
not.
expect Xbox to be
But then also the dexterity. Let's do dexterity.
at the
Let's
fundamental
do
level for them to ever get back even close to where they
some
were.
endurance.
And great game studios condemned
Maybe one more vigor.
recently
Bigger.
revealed that literally
Bigger is
all
such a
of
weird
its
word.
studios were working on one game and
Bigger.
and you know what it is? I don't need to say it, but they say it anyway.
Increase thy vigor.
Come on, get up.
As of October 25th,
Fight back.
the series has sold over 425 million copies and is generating
Cuz you're right.
It's actually cash back.
If I'm not mistaken, going straight through the front gate is a terrible idea.
How Ramona done
Because
for?
I don't know,
the
but
dude
at first it
that's
said it was Call of Duty.
It feels like I need to open it.
if I'm not mistaken.
And they're basically
So it's
just
better
done
to just kill him now.
Oh, stop. Hold on. Can I go down here?
Developer that was swallowed up into these small.
I kinda want to, but I also don't want to
But now they
fall
are known for
and lose all this sweet progress.
Spider-Man 2, for instance, an all-time superhero classic. At least they're considered one of the central developers.
Freak went
Along
over
with the
here.
third studio made specifically for these games, Sledgehammer. I want to be your Sledgehammer, ooh, Sledgehammer. But many support studios that got Michael in to help with the increasingly absurd yearly releases of these games are not so lucky. All-time great studios did some amazing things, been relegated to anonymous support roles and becoming almost forgotten. Toys for Bob, the devs behind many games include Skylanders and Crash Bandicoot 4. They worked as a support studio briefly, but managed to spin off and
Trying to see what the freak
so,
is the
I mean,
deal,
at least they were still capable.
I feel like if I drop from here, I'm gonna kill myself, or something is gonna pop out and wanna kill me.
Come on, get up.
Oh, you only live once,
Right
right?
back.
Great Transformers, Cybertron games. The biggest
See, I hear something.
Yes, you're right.
Where it go? Oh, see, what I tell you, I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my spirit. I heard it. Well, no, I felt it first. Then I heard
And
it.
now they're stuck grinding away, making microtransactions or whatever.
It's a bunch of these freaking
Oh, it's not. Hold on. Can I go down?
Let me go this way. I don't want no
I
one
kinda
smoke.
want to, but I also don't want to
No
fall.
smoke whatsoever.
Lose all this
Ooh, look at that.
sweet progress.
Sight of grace.
I'm sure they appreciate the steady work, but as a consumer, I would really
Alright.
like to see like talented
went over
developers
here.
being able to be creative.
Nah, I can
and
summon
stuff
in
to
this
come up
area.
with rather than toil away.
But
at,
for some reason, my summon sign is still
you know, kicking around
grayed
around
out.
in your hometown, waiting for something or someone to show you the way. That type of thing. I've seen enough of it. And number 8, the slow decline of physical games. The death of physical media has been a long, labor process. And I'm not going to tell you, like, physical media is automatically better. But I am going to tell you that the way they've done digital has not exactly
see
been
what the
great.
freak
So it's
deal
not
is.
only a matter of time.
I feel like if I
GameStop,
drop from here, I'm
Best
gonna kill
Buy,
myself.
all these
Or
other
something is
avenues
gonna
for
pop out and wanna
business
kill me.
just sort of go
But
away.
you only
A lot
live
of them
once.
have gone away already. It's
Appreciate
also
it.
easier, more
Go
convenient.
ahead
See, I
and
hear
heal
something
up
real
real
quick.
quick.
Internet speed
Where it go?
faster. It's become
Oh,
harder
see,
to justify
what I tell you.
Oh,
And
what?
It
I
in my
do wanna
spirit.
say this, that's a real advantage.
I felt it in my
You
spirit.
have no
I heard it.
control. Like, I can imagine
Well, no,
a
I felt
situation
it first.
where
Me
it's
and
like this,
Alright.
except for you can store a game on a hard drive or something and put
It's
it
a
in
bunch
a
of these
drawer. And
freaking
when you put that
bird
hard drive
things.
back in and play a game, it
Oh,
doesn't like lock
shit.
you out due to some kind of DRM
no
tag.
smoke.
Well, we can't check in on the server,
No
so we
smoke
can't play the
whatsoever.
game.
Ooh, look
Still,
at that.
there are hardcore fans still
Side of
keeping the
grace.
format alive. Small online traffic is still releasing physical games to collectors, and most major games are still getting physical releases, but it's getting harder.
Alright, y'all, I'm sorry.
Games
I'm
that are
kinda like
and on a disc version.
Super,
That's
super
fewer
focused.
games that just don't get physical releases at
Grayed
all.
out.
Recently, Capcom put out Kunitsugami as a digital-only game. Alan Wake 2 had no box copy when it came out. They recently did a special edition that's physical. Interestingly, physical game boxes are becoming luxury items for collectors rather than just regular things consumers have the option to buy if they want. Even if you do get physical games, there's a lot of landmines that you have to navigate. I mentioned this a moment ago, but a lot of even physical games have online-only requirements that render the disc worthless eventually. Some games have day one updates that are required for the game to play. A lot of games are only partially printed on the disc. You have to download the rest of the game to play it. Some boxes do not even have discs. They're just a code that you buy the game digitally with. It's stupid. Trying to navigate all these traps makes dealing with physical games kind of a pain in the butt, and it is easier to go digital, which is a shame because, again, there are distinct benefits that come with physical games that,
You're
in my
done.
opinion, are
That was
advantages
easy.
specifically because how digital has been
Ooh,
handled
hook
rather than
claws.
the inherent aspects
I'm gonna have to
of
put some
digital.
time and energy
Currently,
into
you
those
cannot
because I
expect
kind of
the
want to
game
use
be
them.
forever unless it is physical, other than disc drive. That can be an
Let's
issue,
go
but
up here.
and number 7,
See
a
what
live
they got
service
cooking
game that died
for
twice.
us.
The thing about live service games is that despite the fact that it seems like every other week we're hearing about one that underperformed or shutting down.
Alright, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
kind
still a
of
very
like
successful business model when
super
applied correctly. Games
focused.
like Final Fantasy 14, League of Legends, Genshin Impact, GTA Online, Fortnite, these are all massive successes. They're live service games. If the audience is there and you're doing something that they want, it makes
Nice.
sense. Very lucrative,
Alright.
almost like a lottery, which means it's rare that a game catches on, but if it does,
Oh no!
so many companies saw the massive success of these games enjoyed, unsurprisingly, wanted a piece of the action. The problem is,
I
that
thought
it's
I had enough
increasingly
health.
apparent that there is only so
I didn't
much
even
time
realize.
in a day. Eventually, the market is just oversaturated, and that's what happened. Everyone and their mother tried to make a live
It's
service
okay.
game. BioWare made Anthem, Crystal
Sorry.
Dynamics, made the Avengers, Rocksteady
not gonna
did
let
the
this
Suicide Squad, and they all kind of sucked,
fail
and they
my-
all failed. They just thought
heart.
they could apply a lot of what they already knew to this business model that, frankly, requires pretty different experience in some ways. They thought, we'll make a single-player
You're done.
game, we'll
That
stretch
was
it out
easy.
over seasons, and everybody's
Ooh,
gonna
hook
love us,
claws.
and they're gonna have
I'm
grades
gonna have to
for
put
us,
some
and
time and
we're all
effort
gonna
into
marry
those.
supermodels, and it's gonna be great. Didn't go that way. The entire live service push the industry went through, in hindsight,
Yeah.
a really big waste of time,
what they got
honestly.
cooking
Just
for us.
absolutely tons of effort and money. Tons of effort and money just flushed down the toilet. Chasing trends that they don't really understand. Instead of innovating with new ideas or publishing risky projects that could pay off, publishers took the safest
stuff
path
back.
imaginable into an open coffin. They were trying to make games that appealed to everyone, but they didn't resonate with people, and frankly, the live service aspects of them felt tacked on and unnecessary. Now live service games are failing so
Oh,
fast
no.
that they're getting canceled before they're even coming out. Like Creative Assembly's ill-fated hiatus, Sony's entire live service push.
I thought I had enough
They
health.
lucked into success with Helldivers 2.
I didn't even
Everyone else
realize.
has been either canceled
Catch 'em.
earlier, like Last of the Factions 2, or it has no chance of surviving
Nice.
Concord, which is doing
okay.
pretty abysmal numbers in its open
Let's
beta.
head
The live
upstairs.
service model isn't
Collect
dead,
our
but
just
it's increasingly
dues.
obvious that a game has to
Fail
stand
my
out and really be
heart.
something that A, meshes with the business model in a way that another game can't, and B, just above and beyond delivers on whatever it's promising. Because just like a fun game, it's gonna fizzle out. People don't play games forever. It's gotta be something they really can't get anywhere else.
Why is your
Helldivers
eyes
is
lit up
a
like
rare
that?
game where it understands what it needs to be. It has a constantly evolving story. It does something new, pretty much, at least enough. And most of these games, they don't do that. It's just somebody like, let's make a video game, but instead it'll give me everything. We'll just spread it out as thin as we possibly can and make
Who
people
else is
pay
over
for
here?
stuff along the way. It's stupid. And number 6 is the rise of modern matchmaking. This might be a little divisive, but I do understand very much the hatred for the old online model of server browsers. There's a lot that doesn't do right. But looking back, it is a little hard not to be nostalgic for it, given some of the stuff that we see now. Like back when games like Quake and Unreal Tournament and Team Fortress 2.
Okay, how do I get up there? Oh,
They were
hold
the
on.
biggest multiplayer games
I
out
think I
there.
know.
The primary
right.
way people got
How
into
do I
the
go through
online
here?
games was through server browsers. Generally, how it worked was that players would host their own servers
Oh
and other
no.
people could join. Many games still have this as an
Who
option.
finna come in
Most
here?
people join automatic games using matchmaking. Being able to just start a game in
It's about as black as me.
convenient, but the
Nah.
entire community aspect of the game.
Nah, I
It's
guess we're not going in there.
It used to be most
Whatever secret lies is gonna stay in there, because I'm not going through that door.
stats to keep track of or win-loss records. There are no dailies to grind and battle passes to rank up. Most people play games.
I will go down there and collect that though.
There were custom maps, game modes on, players were friendships, kept up cheaters and bad actors. Even though everyone had a username, it was somehow less anonymous than it is
Okay.
now.
You know what,
couldn't
freak
get
it.
away with
You
quite
only
much
live once,
in a lot
right,
of
Joe?
games now. Other players might as well
See
be
what's
bots.
up
You never
there.
hear them or interact with them in
Well,
any way.
so-
That's not
Well, in this
necessarily
game,
bad
that
when you
kinda
just
don't
throw it in with a bunch of random
match
communicating
the
is great.
sentiment.
Again, part of the reason that
But I
was
think
good
y'all
is
know what I
because of what I
mean.
just described in the community aspect of the server. But really the best you can expect nowadays is somebody mumbling to themselves because they forgot to turn the mic off or getting a crying baby or something.
Oh.
But actual human interaction.
Did I
is
actually
minimal,
survive that
and
interaction?
It's basically not there. When people do talk,
How do I
Alright,
get
Joe.
up there?
Alright. Maybe we've been allocating points in the right way.
Not long anymore.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody walking. Dang, they're scared the life out of me.
They're actually in a firefight.
Alright.
Who finna come in here?
Curved sword talisman.
It's about as black as me.
That does not help.
It was a whole
Nah,
server.
I guess we're not going in there.
You learn which server
This looked like it's something that would pop out at me.
It sucks. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't like a boys club back in the day. Not everyone would feel comfortable, you know.
Okay.
I will go down there and collect.
Okay, where do I go from here? Do I have to jump back down now?
An anonymous number and there is no community or communication. I think that's definitely a downgrade. At number 5, and this
Okay, I feel like I gotta go inside of there, so I guess that's where we're going now. Let's find out what's behind this door.
It's basically a masterpiece. It's so insane, and to be frank, it's still doing remarkable numbers in sales. A lot of people would love to sell that many games. All that happened, and Rockstar decides to do nothing with it. It's 2024 at time of writing, in case you come back to this sometime in the future. There is still no
Did I actually survive that interaction?
as the only real way to play the game now on
Alright, Joe. Maybe we've been allocating
Let's go
points
to
in the
it's not major updates.
right way.
But the writing was on.
Oh my gosh.
There's somebody walking.
Okay.
Dang, they're scared the life out of
Why would they stop supporting such
It's
a highly
absolutely
regarded,
awesome.
well-reviewed and beloved game?
Curved
Some
sword
GTA
talisman.
Online is way more powerful, and they wanted to move all development on 6. You'd think a studio this massive could have people working on Red Dead 2.
This
and
looked like
GTA
it's something
but apparently not. The
Pop out
reality
in.
is GTA Online is basically like a hose spigot for money, and Red Dead Online, it wasn't. It was a success, like with any other developer.
where do I
it
go
would be a
from here?
generational hit that they would milk
Do I
for
have to jump back
decades,
down
but
now?
it was being compared to GTA Online, and in comparison,
Alright,
literally
we're
the most
done.
successful game of all time, it came up short. So no DLC.
Okay, I gotta get up there or in there somehow.
That's where we're going.
I don't know what it is that's over there.
Just sort of stops halfway through the event. But it feels so unlike Rockstar.
I don't remember coming up here to kill nothing.
Did they really think people would keep playing when it was so obvious the developers didn't care? People left because Rockstar's lack of substantial updates and all the bare bones nature of the online experience. It could have survived and even done really well, but that's just not good enough for Rockstar anymore. The games either have to do GTA Online numbers or they can't. Hell, even GTA 5 itself fell victim to the all-consuming GTA Online. The
Oh
planned
my
stories
gosh.
and DLCs were just straight up cut. That's to focus on.
Hopefully.
GTA Mateo.
Get ducks
Call it
on
Mateo.
awesome.
It's a real shame because the more I look
Ooh,
back on it,
a hammer.
the more I view Red Dead 2
That looked like Thor's hammer. Hold on.
kind of game. So to see it just
I'm pretty sure if I try to equip it, I'm not gonna be able to use it
by its own developers.
as best as it's able
And
to be
number 4 is the
used.
death of great sport.
But I really
These
want to
days,
check it
sport
out.
games are a genre kind of treated with revulsion and disinterest by the hardcore
I
gamers.
also want to see what's over there.
It used to be.
How do I get to that? I'm probably going to have to fall from up there. That's alright. We're going to be over there. Don't even worry about
But
it.
they added physics to Madden this year, and it got me all
Okay, I gotta get up
Yeah, I
there.
definitely can't
But
get
in all
up there.
seriousness,
somehow.
some of my
I
favorite
don't know what
memories
it is
come
that's
from like
over.
years, which sounds nuts. In comparison, the gaming industry actually kind of got off light. Generally, and I'm talking very generally here.
I don't remember coming up here and killing it.
But gaming saw a noticeable bump during COVID. COVID spending was up across the board, and all these companies decided that spending more on live service games and gaming in general was a great idea, and they started rapidly hiring people. So when you scale like crazy, when you overestimate growth, they had to face reality when things came crashing down. That's the general perception, but it's not quite as straightforward as that. A lot of these companies that engage in mass layoffs.
So freaking depressing. But understandable. That's the setting you're going for.
Wasn't as high as they predicted, and that could affect the value of the company. The reality is these companies chose
a hammer.
short-term profits that look good.
That
to
looked like
investors,
Thor's
so
hammer.
they
Hold
fired
on.
a lot of people to save on spend.
I'm pretty sure if I try to equip it, I'm not gonna be able to use it.
Didn't see the massive layoffs
As best as it's able
because
to
the
be
corporate laws
used.
make it so the companies can't
But I
fire people
really
without
want
an
to
actually good reason. If the U.S. and Europe had employee protection like that,
Why did it just give me that kind of freaking what's-your-name? Like I haven't already used a freaking bow before. That... Alright, chill. Chill out.
The real tragedy here is that so many of these people are just walking away from the games industry entirely. Imagine all
Sit down.
the potential
Don't even get up.
all those cool games some of these guys could have made, and we'll never
I don't
see.
even need you to get up.
bonus
You
tragedy.
good right there where you was, my boy.
Firstly, Titanfall 2 being
Let's see.
assassinated by the coward EA. Awesome, amazing multiplayer, all-time great campaign mode. Should have done way
Okay.
better than it did. Unfortunately, the geniuses at EA and the wisdom decided the game should come out between two of the biggest games of the year, Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It didn't come out the same day.
And there's my stuff, y'all.
These games both came out on different days, but it was sandwiched between October 28th when Battlefield 1 came out October 21st, and then Call of Duty came out November
So
4th.
freaking depressing.
Being sandwiched between
But
these two
understandable,
titles
that's
did
the setting
Titanfall
you're going for.
no favors. In fact, one could make a pun about a Titan falling here. I don't know what EA was thinking putting the game out a week after their own blockbuster.
Thank you, cause what?
And a few days
There's
before
no
the
reason why that last thing that just happened the way
it's
it
one of the
did.
most baffling businesses.
There's no reason why I should have lost.
Titanfall 2 right from the start. And finally, the Shenmue
Buddy
story
was
will
dead to
never
rights already.
Depending on who you are, this entry is either a funny joke or a devastating.
Why did it just give me that kind of freaking what's-your-name? Like I haven't already used a freaking bow before. That... Alright.
But there was still so much left to go. According to Yu Suzuki, the game's director, the series was going to have 11 chapters, or 16. I
Sit
don't
down.
remember.
Don't even get up.
At some point. But in total, Shenmue 1 and 2 only covered 4
I
out
don't
of the
even need you to
11
get up.
chapters.
You good
Years
right there where
passed,
you
the
was,
series
my boy.
remained unfinished. A lot of fans assumed it would always be, but in a shocking twist, Yu Suzuki launched a Kickstarter for the third game back in 2015. Yeah, it might have to be truncated or rushed, but they could finally conclude the story. They're never going to get another chance at this series again, so now's the opportunity to finally
Nice.
And it didn't happen.
Alright, now do I want to...
And there's my stuff.
I low-key kind of want to stop it here, y'all. I feel like this is a perfect place to pause.
Nothing happens in this game. Fans waited 18 years to see what happened after the cliffhanger ending to the last game. Turns out, mostly a guy puttering around a village talking to people about a bridge or something. If
Thank
this is a
you, 'cause
stopgap
what?
chapter till the next game,
There's no
then
reason
it
why
will
that
be
last
fine.
Hold on,
thing
we
that
gotta
just
go.
happened the way it
That's
did.
what makes
I want to
Shenmue
see
great.
where
There's
this
no
all
reason why I
lives
should've
and
lost.
take
And they didn't even try to end things. Like, technically,
Buddy
there
was
should
dead
be
to
a
rights
Shenmue 4,
already.
But there probably won't be. They even made an anime, which got fans hoping they'd see the end of the story in animation form, but that didn't happen. The show got canceled after a single season, and that's it. It's like these various Shenmue revivals are some big cosmic joke, teasing fans with the promise of plot progression and cruelly yanking it away. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for
What's
watching
up,
this
yo?
video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, @FalconHero. We'll see you next time, right here on Game Ranks.
Nice.
You're done.
Alright, now do I want
Who's
to...
that shooting?
I low-key kind of want to stop it here, yo. I feel like this is a perfect place to pause. Hold on, we're gonna do one more thing. I want to see where this little lift take you. Alright,
When we say game consoles, you think PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, stuff that's successful, good, works. There's way more game consoles out there. There's your total failures, the bad consoles, and there's the ones that go for it. I broke stuff in today's game ranks the top 30 worst gaming consoles of all time. We're gonna start this off with a bang. A console known as the PlayStation 3 controller with a screen on top. Look at this stupid thing. It's a PlayStation 3 controller mold with a tiny screen on top. They took out the sticks, replaced them with speakers, because, you know, great. That's what this needed. You couldn't have put the speakers anywhere else. Like, I don't know, maybe you could have put them where the back buttons were, because they took those off too. But don't you worry, to make up for it, they added 2 new buttons in the middle of the controller. They advertised this thing has 520 games preloaded in it, which is pretty pathetic compared to the 7 billion usually packed these cheapo AliExpress bootleg consoles. But hey, at least the price is right. Just $1.78 at time of writing. I've seen these things sell for as low as 99 cents. So hey, it may be a pile of garbage, but it's not going to set you back a whole lot. I love that it advertises it has a direct connection to high-definition television, but doesn't have an HDMI cable. It's a 2-color RCA, and it doesn't even have stereo sound. I guess it's not lying. You can connect it to a high-definition TV, which some of them have RCA inputs. So not necessarily your high-definition TV, but a high-definition TV. Sure, the console and outputs an SD, but you can't connect it to some HD TVs. Cool. And number 29 is the Ouya.
Alright, so first of all, before we leave here, we're getting our money back, because
crowdfunded video game console that was meant to save us from the stranglehold that companies like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft had over the gaming industry. It was a console for the people, a new kind of video game console, and the rose was still in bloom for Kickstarter projects at the time, so the money came a-rolling in. More than 9 times the original funding goal. People wanted this thing, but after years of broken promises and mismanagement, the final result was really underwhelming. The thing was primarily sold as an Android platform for more casual gamers, but the only people who actually got any use out of it were the hardcore enthusiasts who turned it into a low-cost emulation box. And even then, it wasn't great. The controller was cheap and poorly designed. Even for a cheap little console, this thing was extremely underpowered for what it was meant to do. And by the time it actually came out, actual emulation boxes were starting to come out using cell phone CPUs, which were way more powerful than this thing had on offer.
8,000, yo.
So the value it had left was that
8,000.
Free to play, or at least
8,000 is gone. All 8,000. 8,000 is gone.
That distribution model. The problem with it is that you had to have an internet connection to play. Every single game was like that, which, as you know, with a good internet connection, can be a problem. But the wireless hardware in the Ouya was cheap
so
to
first of
fly,
all, before we
and obviously
leave
servers are down now, so every game on the system has been rendered unplayable. So much for freeing the game. And number 28 is the Apple Bondi Pippin. Apple's first and so far only foray into the world of video game consoles came out back in 1996, costing $599 US, double that of the Sony PlayStation, which released a year earlier. For that price, this thing better.
Oh wait, hold on. With 2 weapons, I can move this
fast. It didn't
fast.
have a dedicated graphics processor. All the games made for the system run like crap and look significantly worse than the information.
I just wanted to see if it was actually gonna do.
Well, it had a hideous boomerang controller that was wireless.
That's a brick camera.
For the time,
I thought it was a Thor something.
Mac OS 7 on it. So it was sort of a hybrid PC console with all the negatives both and none of the positives. If you actually did install the OS, it would take up most of the available system memory and games would run even worse. The few exclusives the system got were completely pointless too. They could just work on a standard Mac, so
8,000,
no
bro.
reason to get them. It ended up being the worst
8,000.
console of the third generation, which is impressive.
8,000
There's
is
some pretty big
gone.
duds
All
during this era.
8,000.
The failure of the console wasn't
8,000
entirely
is
Apple.
gone.
The driving force behind the console was mostly Bondi. They were the ones that actually manufactured and marketed it, so they ate most of the losses when it inevitably flopped. Well, Apple pushed forward, pretending the whole thing never happened. And number 27 is the Nintendo Virtual Boy, probably Nintendo's most high-profile flop. The Virtual Boy was meant to be their big follow-up to the success of the Game Boy. So instead of taking the super popular handheld, making a few improvements, and calling it a day, Nintendo decided to make this abomination that is only technically portable. I mean, you really can only barely call this portable. It has a terrible controller, only 22 games, and most importantly,
Oh, wait, hold on.
using
With 2 weapons,
it for more than 5 minutes. The display it put out was only red and black with a mixed parallax effect. And that was virtual
I
reality, I
just
guess.
wanted to see
I
if it
mean,
was actually
on
on
some
board.
level, the red was kind of cool, but not the way
That's
that
a
they
brick
used it
hammer.
because it
I
just didn't
thought it
work.
was a
It'd be
Thor or
cool as
something.
a theme on like a Game Boy emulator, but not as this. I will say there were 1 or 2 decent games on there. The Wario game on the console is legitimately good, but man, everything else about it is just so horribly misjudged. Nintendo is usually on point with its controllers, but this one sucks. Like, it's got this cable that comes out of the top in a weird way. It's got this big block of a battery that could easily fall out with only a little bit of pressure. It's nonsense. Wearing this thing was awkward. It was really heavy, so it made your neck hurt. And if you use the included stand, then you
So, seeing as how I'm gonna have to recoup everything I lost.
Not even a Nintendo brand could get people to buy it. It sold less than 1 million units and was discontinued in less than a year. And number 26 is the Game Gear Micro, otherwise known as that thing that destroys your eyes because you're straining so damn hard to use it. The console, the Game Gear Micro, was an absurd Japan-only series of tiny versions of the Game Gear. And when I say tiny, I mean extremely small. They're less than 4 centimeters tall. The screen is half that, and they're, I guess, probably about as tiny as you could make a handheld game console and still have it be theoretically playable. You would have to be a madman to try to play this thing. Look at how tiny the screen is. I hope you have a microscope handy or don't mind holding it directly in front of one of your eyeballs. Seriously, you have to have it really close to your face to have a chance at
Nice.
especially if you're playing one of the RPGs these things inexplicably came packed with. The funny thing is, it's not a poorly made device or anything. It's a funny little novelty, but actually trying to use it to play games for
I had 8,000
possible. And it makes matters worse saying
to my 840 now.
version only had 4 games total. They could have
Yes,
easily
sir.
packed the entire Game Gear catalog into one of these things, but no, you get 4. I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, 4 games, 400 games, it's not really a big difference on a device that you're really only buying.
So,
for
seeing as how I'm gonna have
But they
to
could've made it
recoup
literally a couple of centimeters
everything I
larger and
lost.
Made it so you can play it on more than like a technical basis. And number 25 is the Philips CDI. Released back in 1991, this console was meant to be a lot of things and ended up being nothing. It was going to be a home computer, a video player, a CD player, a video game console, and it was going to be all that in one thing, in one big, crappy package. Named after the disc format Philips developed that was meant to rival Sony's compact disc, the system is mostly known today for 2 things: its embarrassing FMV games and the laughably bad Legend of Zelda CDI games, which were made as part of the deal that Nintendo made with Philips, mostly done to spite Sony. For a 1991 console, this thing could do some impressive things. It could even connect to the internet, at least in Britain. But the PC side of the console was really undercooked, and the gaming part, you know what the gaming part looks like. You're looking at it. It was just embarrassing most of the time. Not every game on the console was
I had 8,000
but there was more junk than not.
to my
There really was a
840
lot of
now.
junk made for this thing, and just bottom of the barrel trash.
Yes, sir.
It cost $700 a bunch, and that's in 1991 money. Translated in today's money, it's more than double. It's $1,600. What did you get? Well, to paraphrase Bill Gates, it was a terrible game machine and a terrible PC. When you're right, and that billionaire dork was right. And number 24 is the Zeebo. Bad name write-off. Released exclusively in Brazil in 2009. This console
Got our
was meant
payback.
to serve the growing middle class
feeling a little
with
better.
less expensive gaming option. You know,
Still
compared to
garbage how I lost my
expensive
stuff,
imported
but
first-party consoles that only the rich could
it's
afford.
starting to
It was
become a little
cool
more
idea, but the whole thing was being a flop. It was outdated before it even came out. The
deal
controls
withable.
were bad, and the games were mostly ports of phone games or shovelware slot. Even though it was designed as a cheaper alternative console, it was still too expensive for a lot of Brazilian families, so it sold poorly right from the start, and even with the price cuts that came months later, this thing never ended up being profitable. About 40 games came out for it, including noteworthy titles like Resident Evil 4's phone version, which, by the way, plays much better on a phone. And that's bad, but Ridge Racer was worse. It didn't just play poorly, it could, no joke, actually kill the console. According to a comment by Rafa Mata, the game would leak data into the memory, which would fill up and corrupt the memory, breaking the entire Zeebo OS. You generally hear of game-breaking bugs, not console-breaking bugs. Like, I can't remember any other console besides the Xbox 360, which that was all fixed, that could just be bricked. And the Xbox 360 was from overheating. This is just software that didn't work right. And number 23 is the Nokia N-Gage. You know that this is quite a list of bad consoles, when number 23 is the N-Gage. Colloquially known as the Taco, you
Got
know,
our
because the
payback.
replacement of the speaker and the microphone
Feeling
made
a
it
little
look like
better.
you were talking into a taco.
Still
This thing
garbage
was a
how I lost
handheld
it.
console and a telephone. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
no
bit
issues.
It's starting to become a little more
Get out of town with that. What?
Deal
Obviously, this
withable.
thing came out in 2003, and although, like, some phones could play some very rudimentary games at that point, the Nokia Taco was, in a lot of ways, actually way ahead of its time. It had Bluetooth, you could go online with it, it had MP3 playback, it could do pretty much everything a cell phone at the time could possibly do, while also being...
And that's exactly what I was expecting.
The execution was fatally flawed. Look at it, the face button is double as a phone keypad, and it's awkward for most games, to say the least. The screen was weirdly narrow for a handheld, and if you actually wanted to insert a game, you had to remove the battery. Yeah, the game card slot was behind the battery, similar to how most phones worked back then, but instead of swapping out SIM cards,
y'all.
instead of that,
So
you
here's
were
what we're
swapping
about
out
to
micro SDs all the time. Like, you put one in and it stayed there until you took the battery out. Made zero sense for a handheld console. Nokia had no clue what they're doing. It sucked as a handheld and it sucked ass as a phone. It did actually have a pretty cool Metal Gear game on it. Not vital to play or anything. I would go with an emulator rather than digging up one of the fabled tacos. But it shows off that despite its many flaws, it actually did a pretty good job
Good
of
dog.
graphics, shockingly enough.
Appreciate
Just
it.
everything else about it was...
You know, that was kind of senseless. I could have just went to go recover what I lost. Which is right over there, mind you. But it's not going to be that simple. I can't just go over there. I have to actually plan out how I'm going to do it. Because if I don't, I'm going to get myself killed.
And that's exactly what I was
Did you really just shoot me?
These guys would get it together and put out a quality product this time. There's actually a pretty big fan base for Sinclair microcomputers in the UK. It's a nostalgic brand for a lot of people, so the promise of a high-quality handheld that was preloaded with 1,000 classic Spectrum games was something a lot of people wanted. However, the final product was not what anyone wanted. After struggling for years to stay afloat, weathering many self-made disasters, they finally managed to release a few of the Vega Pluses, even if it
Okay, where you at? Because I know you over here.
units. The handhelds that people did get were in terrible shape. They were flimsy and cheap, relied on batteries, and had no charging cable. A lot of the release handhelds people got were straight up broken, with faulty ports or bad batteries. Even the boxes they came in were slapdash. Instead of proper packages, a lot of them came in loose boxes with nothing protecting them, other than some crumpled up paper. Oh yeah, those 1,000 games, they got cut down to just 14.
You know, that was kind of senseless. I could have just went to go recover what I lost.
And the only reason they
I knew it was one more.
Which is right over there, mind you.
And number 21 is the
But
Sega
it's not going to be that
So
simple.
get our money back.
Remember those at-games
Go over
consoles
there.
you used to
I have
sell
to
in place?
actually
People let the crap quality of
plan
those
out
things
how I'm
slide
gonna
back.
do it,
Who
'cause
cared
if I
about
don't,
miniature consoles, but when
I'm
the
gonna get
NES
myself
Classic
killed.
came out, expectations changed. People wanted more mini consoles. They wanted ones that were well made. But we didn't get that with the Sega Genesis
you
Flashback.
really
Instead,
just
we got a
shoot me?
borderline bootleg piece of crap that barely ran the games it came packaged with. The wireless controllers it came with used infrared rather than Bluetooth, which was ubiquitous by the time this thing came out, and infrared is terrible. And a lot of the indie included games weren't even actual Genesis games. They were knockoffs produced by At Games. I often see people knock this thing, but I bought one when it came out. I didn't know what happened to my Sega
Okay.
Genesis, and it
Where
seemed
you
like
at?
this would be
Cause
a
I
good
know
way
you
to,
over
play
here.
it. But I booted up Sonic the Hedgehog and was introduced with off-key music. Yes, lots of the games on this console play the music out of key. It's a real piece of junk. Also, it only supported mono sound for some reason and didn't really look like a Sega Genesis. It was vaguely reminiscent of the refreshed console design that they went with later in the console's life cycle. But the point of the mini console was, nostalgia, right? It should
I
probably
know it
look
was
like
on
a
my.
Genesis. After this thing failed, Sega dumped at games and switched over to M2 to make their next mini
Thank
console,
Get our
you.
which was
money.
Thank
way better
you.
received. Moving on to
Alright,
number
y'all.
20, it's the Super Wonder Boy.
Woo!
Nothing common
Alright.
about this thing. There's
So,
very little
now that I
information
did
on
that,
it, outside of a short
we finna
blurb
find a
on
place,
Hardcore Gaming 101. But that's all
site
the
of grace,
information
so we
I
can
need
go
to
ahead
finish
and
off this list. This bootleg
save.
Korean console has a silly name and a unique feature: an alarm clock that goes off every 30 minutes of play. Doesn't that sound like fun? You play your game and suddenly the console starts beeping. Happens every 30 minutes on the dot when you turn this thing on. I guess it was done because some kind of epilepsy scare was going on in 1993. Not related to that episode of Pokemon that triggered epilepsy in a bunch of kids in 1997. That was another thing at a completely other time. I don't really know anything else about the console, but it's so much in terms of a bad console. Like, in the intro of this video, I kind of nebulously said bad. This was what I was alluding to. It's not a failure and it's not non-functional, at least from what we know. But an alarm that goes
No!
30 minutes, like, I don't know, to
Ooh,
track how long you're
ooh,
playing
ooh, I
the
got
game,
lucky.
sounds
Ooh, I
like
got
freaking torture.
lucky.
I feel like every single time it would happen, it would just piss me off. I would die a little inside, but also become very agitated. Like, it's
Okay.
bad enough when some Nintendo games tell you to take a break after like an hour. Imagine that
Thank
every
you.
30 minutes.
Thank
And
you.
instead of a little text box, you get
Alright, y'all.
the alarm clock sound.
Woo!
Alright.
Alright. So, now that I did that,
console looks
we
like
can
a
find a
PlayStation
place,
3. It has two controllers that look like
site of
emotes.
grace,
And
so
last
we
but
can go
certainly not
ahead
least, it
and
has two anaglyph 3D
save.
glasses. Yes, it's a 3D console. It comes packed with 20 3D games, all of which use pre-rendered graphics. If you don't know, anaglyph 3D is the real cheap, real crappy kind of 3D. The kind where you have the red and blue in the glasses. It looks terrible. It kind of hurts your eyes to look at. And even when it kind of works, it's not like good. I'll say this, at least the 3D glasses with this console were plastic. They're better than the paper ones they used to give out all the time when I was a kid. Which, Lord, that's going to have a lot of you side-eyeing me in terms of age. So
It's not a site of grace over here. Come on. Come on, y'all gotta give me something, because this is just ridiculous.
Other non-3D games in the package, but they're all junk too. It's all junk. You'd be better
No!
punching the $60
Alright, let's just keep
price
going
on
then.
the toilet.
Ooh,
At least
ooh, I
looking
got
at that
lucky.
would
Ooh,
give you
I
a
got
headache.
lucky.
And number 18 is Tiger Game Com. It's the N-Gage, but worse. It
Wow.
tried to be some kind of hybrid between a Game Boy and a PDA. It was absolutely terrible at both of those functions, though. What makes this thing so bad, other than the stupid name and terrible ergonomic design, is the screen. It's ungodly, it's poorly lit, it ghosts like crazy, and when it's ghosting, the image it's smeared to hell and back. They managed to get some big names on
Come
this thing,
on,
like
y'all
Resident
gotta
Evil
give
2
me
and Super
something.
3, but the games can't be played. They're just a blurry mess of gray pixels. This thing seriously has some of the worst graphics I've ever seen. Like, it's abysmal how bad this screen is.
There's no site of grace nowhere.
Came out on it, and it's 20 games too many. Because look at this slop. What developer in their right mind would look at this and go, yeah, that's the platform for me. I'm gonna spend years of my life making a game for this. And the games are total garbage, but hey, at least you can connect to the internet. Yeah, well, if you don't mind attaching it to a modem, there's no Wi-Fi. And you can only view text, which, that's what everybody does on the internet. Like, who asks for this?
It's not a
If you
site
ever
of
want to
grace over
experience what
here.
it's like to suffer from
Come on.
glaucoma, or maybe something
Come on, y'all
worse
gotta
than
give me
what
something,
people with
because this
glaucoma
is
do,
just
get the Gamecom,
ridiculous.
because man, it's that. And number 17 is the Commodore 64 games system. No, I am not
Let's
talking
just
about
keep
the
going
Commodore
then.
64 microcomputer. I'm talking about the game system, the ill-fated console version that came out back in 1990 and managed to sell a
come
total
on.
of 2,000 units. Yes, 2,000. Not Not 200,000, not 20,000, 2,000. The Commodore 64 was a staple of the UK game scene, was hugely popular as an affordable PC, but Commodore wanted to compete with Nintendo and Sega, so they put this thing out. It looked like the standard Commodore, but instead of a
Come on,
keyboard,
y'all
there's
gotta give me
nothing. It's a
something.
keyboard with no keys, which is kind of a problem because the game they
Come
packed in
on.
was Terminator 2. And, well, let's just say you have to press keys
There's
in
no
that
sight
game
of
to
grace
properly
nowhere.
play it. I don't even know how you make that mistake, but it illustrates the fundamental problem with this thing. It's just a Commodore 64 that can't play the vast majority of the games built to the system. It's fundamentally a Commodore 64, that's what it is.
Jesus.
Except for its design without the apparatus, the keyboard, necessary to play most of the games the Commodore 64 had. It wasn't even
Alright,
a lot
y'all.
cheaper than the main one. It was only 50
Trying
bucks
not to
less than the
make
full
this our
micro computer, so
last
it really had no reason to
playthrough
exist.
where I get
At number
dusty.
16 is Batman. It's a Nintendo 64 box with an Xbox console, two PlayStation 1 controllers, a light gun, and art stolen from the Batman and Robin movie. You know, the one that was widely considered to have killed the Batman franchise until they tried again like more than a decade later with Batman Begins. Oh, and
Come
also
on.
it's a Family clone, meaning that it is a Nintendo Entertainment System inside the old original Xbox exterior that has different colors and the PlayStation controllers and the light guns. I mean, the light guns seem like a no-brainer. Sorry, if it's got NES games, I am playing Duck Hunt. But beyond the fact that it includes a light gun for Duck Hunt, I assume, nothing about it makes sense. It raises so many questions that'll never be properly answered. There's no point in trying to figure it out. It's Batman. Seriously, look at this box. I have no idea
Alright.
why they
Alright,
the
y'all.
box. At number 15 is
So,
X3600. Is it an Xbox 360? Is it an Xbox
we gonna stop it
original?
here.
Is it a PlayStation kind of?
Jesus.
Who knows?
I think this is a
It's the
perfect place to end
VX3600,
it.
a bootleg console from SheerTech boasting no less than 3,600
And
games. And that is a lot of games.
I hope y'all enjoyed yourself.
Trying not to
And if you
make this
did,
our last
please
playthrough
get a
where I
video
get
like,
dusty.
please give it a subscribe.
One of the controllers that-
I upload stuff almost every other day. If not every other day, I try to do it every other week.
So,
I enjoy doing what I do. I love hanging with y'all. I love making content. And I hope that y'all enjoy the content that I produce. As always, live free, live beautiful, live strong, and blast. Hold on. Blast that subscribe button. And put God first in everything you do. Always love thy neighbor and continue to strive for what you believe in. Strength comes from those who put the work in to truly gain what they want. And until next time, my brothers and sisters. Alright. Alright, y'all. So, we gonna stop it here. I think this is a perfect place to end it. And I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. And if you did, please get a video like. Please give it a subscribe. I upload stuff almost every other day. If not every other day, I try to do it every other week. I enjoy doing what I do. I love hanging with y'all. I love making content. And I hope that y'all enjoy the content that I produce. As always, live free, live beautiful, live strong, and blast. Hold on. Blast that subscribe button. And put God first in everything you do. Always love thy neighbor and continue to strive for what you believe in. Strength comes from those who put the work in to truly gain what they want. And until next time, my brothers and sisters. See you.